and every one of us mental health and well-being in today's fast-paced world. We live in era of rapid technology advancement, constant digital connectivity, and increasing social pressures. While these changes bring opportunities, there are also significant challenges to our mental well-being, from professional navigating high-pressure careers to students juggling academics and personal life. Many of us feel overwhelmed, anxious, and depressed in the society nowadays. This question is like, how do we maintain our mental and emotional well-being while keeping up with the demands of modern life? So, in today's discussion, we will explore the impact of fast-paced lifestyle on mental health, practical strategies to manage stress and build resilience, the role of mindfulness, self-care, and community support. We all, I'm very glad to as part of this World Futures Day. So I welcoming all of them to this conversation. So we have Adi here, Adi Chandran.
Hi, hi all. I hope you can see me. So today we would be going through the mental health program. The session I'm about to take is mental health with regard to digitalization. But first, I believe Sinan's going to talk about his views on what mental health is. So Sinan, I think you can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Let me share.
Yeah, it's visible. All good.
So you can see.
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
all good.
Uh, Give me one sec. So, uh, okay. So begin. We can see. I'm Mohammed Sinan. I'm a student of Bachelor of Social Work. I'm studying at Algoma University in Canada, Ontario. So I'm very glad to become a part of this, and I focus on the mental health and well-being in the in while I'm studying in India, and I was working with the 11 Institute to develop the community and the children, and mostly focusing on the youth development. So, in the introduction, in the mental health and well-being in the fast-paced world, so the mental health is the main important theme in every aspect of our life, because in every concern of our life, in every step of our life, the health is the best and most thing we need to ensure the first safety for us, like in every sector. For example, while we working, or while we doing our duties, or while we have in our education system, if our mental health is stable or is not in a good mood, we can do the things properly, like we can take it that like in a good way. So the increase of rates of the anxiety, depression is happening nowadays in the fast paced world. It's upon the mostly we can see it's happening into the youth, and we gonna find some example how to manage the stress and what's the mental health importance in this world. So let's take what's mean by the fast-paced world. The importance of fast-paced world. We live in the fast-paced world where everything move quickly. Technology, for example, we use technology, so we have AI, quantum computing. It's like we it's the rapid increase of everything is started from the beginning of 2000, from the 20th century. So we don't think past 10 years ago, we don't think the AI will conquer the world, and the quantum computing will conquer the world, or we can have a ship on the space. So it's happening, and in on the future we must have to like think what gonna happen and what will happen. So we want to put our direction, our mental health stability, and we want to open and expand everything wild. So we can see in the past-faced world, the technology is moving and the work and daily life is moving very quickly. So it's bringing us many opportunity and progress. And it while if there is even a lot of opportunity and progress, so that's also creates stress for the people because we have a lot of work. So we can it creates mental like ability, stress, and anxiety, depression, and so on. So it helps people to stay productive and make a good decision and maintain a healthy, balanced life while we have a expand or wild imagination of mental health in the fast-paced world. Okay, so mental health.
Excuse me, Sinan. I have
Uh,
a point to say.
okay,
May I see? All right,
yeah,
so
sure.
it's like the world is like way too fast for us to comprehend. So like uh, that's the reason why many of the people in the 21st century suffer from depression. It's usually the teens who suffer from depression, but it's like we have to include everyone because like they all like do the same thing. It's not only the teens that are like studying or working the thing, like adults do the same. So I
Yeah,
guess I want to bring this point to you, so
yeah.
you can
Okay,
continue.
okay. Thank you. So you can see the screen, yeah.
Yeah, all sure.
Okay. So, we're going to talk about the mental health and well-being in the fast-paced world, navigating challenges and embracing solution. So, first, main theme is like we're going to understand the challenges of the impact and everything of the in the past-paced world. So, in today's world, everything move quickly. Technology, work, and daily life that I mentioned before. This can be both good and challenging. If there is a good thing, there will be a positive thing too. So on the positive side, it helps people learn new things, grow in their career, and connect faster. So I would like to say, while we have AI, for example, when we take in the AI, we have more opportunity to learn more things like the every digital everything in the world we can put in our fingers like in our finger like I just talking about we while we want to know about we want to express anything we can search in the Google and a lot of availability in our in this modern world in this AI world. So and while looking at the negativity, we can see most of the people while using AI, the abilities of the reading, mostly the while we using the AI, the ability of the research, reading, and the writing are getting less, and the people are getting lazy. So, in the impact of the fast-paced world, the mental health is the main theme, and will people of the fast-paced world are moving quickly and they are increasing their lazy. So the main thing of the in the fast-paced world, we can see the common stress. We all are the experience of the common stress. I would like to say like I have the common stress because I just before 1 hour I just preparing for the workshop. I have the stress. I like I want to do my proper. I want to do my best. So the mental health is to be is have nobody not there is no person don't have the common stress. Uh, it's normal, it's a natural thing, but in the mental health while it's getting worse it will be depends, it will be get higher and it will take risk to many diseases like cancer, and it will defeat our immune system and weak our bodies and every part of our activities. So if a guy who is wake up in the morning who have a good positive vibe and he is doing all the activities in their daily life, he will be a good man and he can do his proper work and everything as possible as every day. So like the starting will be I would like to say in the common stress I include the starting of everything. For if a worker, if a student, the starting should be good, or the starting should be is a main point or the main theme of a beginning. So uh, I would like to say the common stress is the most and main theme of the mental stress. And chronic stress can lead to various health problems, I just told you before. And we can see World Health Organizations, on the report of the World Health Organization, long-term stress is linked to mental health disorders such as anxiety, depression, and burnouts. And it also contributes to physical conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, and digestive issues. So we can see the common stress is the main theme of the mental health. And while we look into the scientific insight of the mental health, we can see cortisol as the main theme of the scientific of mental health. If we have high pressure of or high ability, like I works to do, or like lot of stress in our mind, our cortisol will be increased, and it gets happens, and it will be worse our immunity system, and it's our daily lives. It will break out our daily life possibilities and our dreams and everything. So, the main second theme of the mental health is coming from digital overload effect, because nowadays we can see the most of the future is depends on the digital, and most of the people like youth are involving in the social media platforms. Like mostly we can see they're sharing the reels and everything. They are busy with their reels, and to post some stories and to share some views about them to the public. And it's kind of show off, and it's making a laziness and everything in their life. So so we have Adi to explain about the digital overall effect in the mental health. Adi?
Thank you so very much, Sinan.
Mhm.
So, hi everyone. My name is Adi Chandran. I'm from Kerala. I'm currently staying in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and I'm the co-facilitator for this session. I'm going to talk about the mental health with regard to digitalization. Um, we should be knowing that like when digitalization like it plays a very important role in the lives of our uh, in our lives. So let me share the screen. I hope you can. I hope the screen is visible. It's visible, right?
It's not showing. Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's good. All good.
All right. So let's dive deep into the topic. So we are just going to talk about the overview of digitalization. So digitalization has transformed every aspect of human life, from communication and work to entertainment and healthcare. Uh, while digital advancements have made life more, how do I say, convenient and connected, they also, introduce several new challenges to our lives. We are here to explore these challenges, like what the impact of digitalization does on mental health. We also analyzes both the pros and cons, that is the positive and negative aspects, and we would also be discussing the potential solutions to mitigate its adverse effects. So, let's go to the next slide. This is basically objectives. I just said that now. So let me just, yeah. The intersection of technology and mental health is like really interesting to say the least. So they can enhance our mental well-being, but at the same time they can create issues like addiction and social isolation. Those so the slide I'm currently showing is like one of the points that I have to say. It falls under the positive, the pros of the digitalization when it comes to mental health. So while digitalization has raised concerns regarding mental health, it also provided numerous benefits, especially in terms of mental health awareness, accessibility to resources, and social support. There are like a lot of things we have to consider here, and one of this is the increased access to mental health resources. We can seek online therapy, and there are like several platforms to help with it. For example, Better Space, Talk Space, and also National Health Services. Like they do provide remote therapy, so this is really convenient when it comes to improving our mental health. Like we can do it right at in the safety of our homes. Uh, so that's what it is. And there are also several mental health applications like Headspace, Calm, and Voivod. They're available on the Google Play Store as well as in Apple App Store. Uh, they what they usually do is they mainly do things like stabilizing a brain, mostly like um, in ways of meditation. So we just like breathe in and breathe out. But there are like several more exercises such as mood tracking and also CBT based support. This is basically just showing a heart rate. Like improved heart rate is proportional to better health, like when it comes to mental health, because if your heart rate is constantly unstable, it can lead to several problems in your mind. So that's where like the tension tension part comes. Also, there are like a lot of education content, so that's where social media comes to use here. Websites like YouTube, um, those pages, they provide mental health education. So like they are really useful. I recommend you to watch them. They reduce stigma like in the society, and they also like encourage individuals, especially the youth of tomorrow, to seek help. And this is the next point I want to say: digital communities and social support. There are like how do I say, specific online support groups. So there are like platforms. Reddit is a popular social. It's more. I don't call it social media. It's more like a website where we discuss some things. There's also Facebook groups as well as Discord, which is what I use. So like those communities, they connect people who has like the same, I don't know, same interest, or if they are like going through the same thing. So like I use Discord to communicate to my online friend about like what I went through, and he said he has the same thing. So like uh, we had a bit of a discussion about it, and it really helped, it relieved me, because like he had some points to say, I had some points to say. So like um, we get to know each other. We are like always in support of each other. So that's a really good thing when it comes to how do I say, uh, going to websites. And next, I'm gonna say like there are like a lot of stuff that we can use. So like I think I skipped a slide. Okay, no mind. Yeah, so there are so this is where artificial intelligence really comes to use here. There are like a lot of AI chatbots. ChatGPT is I don't think anybody has not heard of ChatGPT. It's like the most popular AI chatbot we have ever used. It's created by OpenAI, and like there are also like other lesser known chatbots such as Voibot and Visa. The specialty of those chatbots are like they provide 24/7 emotional support. So like it's more of like an emergency helpline, but like if you don't want to like take take it up a notch, you can use AI chatbots for support. And also there are like how do I say, predictive mental health monitoring. This is a technique used by artificial intelligence. They what they usually do is they just analyze behavior patterns, and based on the behavior patterns, they can like detect signs whether you have depression or anxiety or even burnout. So like if any of the individuals like have those signs and actually have them, this is like the useful thing that they're gonna do. So I would recommend going to Voibot, because like it's actually really good, and like it's really convenient. Like they don't just like predict and stuff. They just like do it in a straightforward way. And next point I gotta make in the pros of mental health in regard to,
Adi,
yeah.
okay. Before that, I have a question that so while this in this modern world, the
Mhm.
children, like most of the youth, are facing a lot of problems in the schools, in the institutions, in the college. So how do you think it's gonna help them, and how it's gonna impact on their studies, and how do you ensure the mental health in the digital platforms? Like you mentioned about you have using like similar apps. So how
Yeah.
they're gonna help them in the studies and their mental health?
So I mentioned before that I'm using Discord for like communication. So the specific thing with Discord is they have like specific study groups. So like they are really helpful when it comes to discussing specific stuff. And also like as I said before, like Voivod is an application that like students can often use because it also comes with a student plan, which can like is really convenient for students. And yeah, I mean, um but you gotta like go like in person as well. Like just doing online won't do any good. Like that's it, like that's the limit. So like you gotta go like, I don't know, places to like cafeteria or gym centers, like and find people there and talk to someone. Like that would be like really that would relieve your inner thoughts. Like when you say your thoughts out loud, that would like relieve of your stress. So I would recommend doing that, Sinan.
Okay, so I
So
I I I have one note to add. Like in
yeah.
every education, is my in my opinion, after every period or like after every breaks, they need a like little big like place to sit and gather because they
Mhm.
want to share their thoughts and everything. So in the same class, they can build a national ability of visions, and they can build their stuff, their own thoughts, and they can wide expand their thoughts and mind. So how you like satisfied with that, and how what's your opinion with that? uh,
Well, what I would say is, as I already said that before, like, just find people with similar interests, so that would like help you in your studies as well. Um, and that's it. And like, try and find more people, even though they don't have the same interests as you. But like, you can teach them, and like they can teach you like what their interest sounds like, and you could give it a try. So, yeah, so the you can kind of distract like the stress we are facing right now. But I don't think like distractions the main point. Like we have to get rid of it, or we have to face it. So that's what we should be doing the most.
okay, thank you.
No worries. And the next point I want to make is flexible work and study environments. So there are like, so what I mean by flexible work is like, where it's like in the comfort of working at your own home. So, digitalization, um, like in this decade, like we can see like a lot of people working in their own homes, like so we call those remote jobs. So digitalization actually allows people to work and stay at home, and this actually reduces stress. And if you ask me how and why, um like when we commute like from one place to another, that can introduce like stress. Like we could be worried uh, about the vehicle, like how the vehicle could be like going, like so like we have like stress related on that. And whether like we kind of encounter some like road race incidents at least once in our life. So like that's gonna be a problem. So like if you're like doing the work at the comfort and in your home, it really relieves all of your stress. And imagine like going to the office like early in the morning and arriving late at night. Like that's like a really hectic schedule. So like um, working at the home, that will like relieve your stress really well. And also there are like also like adaptive learning and personalization. So there are like AI powered e-learning. So there are like those platforms. So these platforms actually help in the person's needs. And like they save like a lot of time and energy, like the time to go to a building and actually consult a person, and then waiting for the person to respond, like it's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of patience as well, and it's gonna cause like a lot of frustration. So like those AI powered those structures, like they actually improve our mental health. If you ask me how, like is the like the availability of time, like we can do it anywhere at any time. So that's
Uh,
what it is.
Hadi, like once more, I just we can see a question from uh Rosa. There is a
Mm-hmm.
kind of stress from Zoom hyper usage. So, what's your opinion about that one?
Zoom hyperusage. So, increasing screen time is like I'm about to say the cons of digitalization. So, like this is actually one of the cons. I like that point. Like, increased screen time can lead to increased heart rate, and also like our brain continuously produces dopamine, and that continuous production of dopamine to us is not good. So like so the, like at the end of the day, or maybe even midway, like in the midway of the day, we would feel dull, and we won't feel any source of productive uh, to do, because we already exhausted the energy. So what we do is we like schedule the time, the screen time to do it, and do be productive the rest of the time. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so for the audience, we also welcoming your comments and your thoughts and your views.
Well,
And
yeah. Thank you so much for asking the question. That you need to ask the questions, like so that we could have like a greater communication to you, and like would help us in say the points even better as well.
yeah,
So,
I just said is they can also ask from directly, not in the chat. That would be a good grateful.
oh yeah, of course. And yeah, now we are finally getting into the uh, yeah, the negative effects of digitalization. The first thing when we think of digitalization is perhaps social media. So like social media, as I said before, like the applications like YouTube, Discord, and there are some even more like Instagram, Snapchat. So like social media applications, they actually provide communication and enable people to like communicate with each other indirectly, and that's a good thing. I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, but despite its benefits, they can also pose significant risk to how your well-being was. So it's like particularly in areas like overusing, addiction, and cyberbullying. So we will just like go in deep. So there's like a thing going on right now is called like comparison culture. So basically, if you are using social media and you see like someone else living a better life, then like you will compare yourself to that position. So like, and then that would how do you say, kind of makes your brain dull. So like that would, and then that would lead to depression. Is That's the highlight of a human brain. Is strong, but it's fragile. Like anything can happen in one moment. So that's why mental health is that important. So like there are so they just create unrealistic beauty standards, success, and expect lifestyle expectations, and they usually um, fall into the like the victims of who went through this. They actually fall into a pit of low self-esteem, anxiety, and depression, as I said before. And then there's also something called FOMO, or FOMO. It stands for fear of missing out. So it's similar to the last point that I said, but it's more like if you're like if you're like constantly exposing yourself to like others' life, it's kind of like you compare yourself. Like once again, it's kind of like the same point, but you can feel left out. I was actually a victim of this, but then I grew up by using some techniques, which I'll tell later. And then there's another thing called doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is just like excessive scrolling on the apps. So like when you're scrolling through Instagram, we can find people just going doing this. They just like scroll through reels. This can actually lead to a lower attention span, which is really serious. And in order to just increase it, there are like plenty of like online games that you can play, like mind games. So that will help you regain the focus.
Mm. Hadi, uh,
Yep.
I have a question. Like, while I'm working in the rehabilitation center in the live show, so I have seen lot of like children coming to the rehabilitation center because of they don't have the socialization with their parents, their family. Because at the time of their they're growing up, they engage with mostly they're engaging with the digital platforms. So mostly we can say Cocomelon as an example of is a, you know Cocomelon,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
YouTube channel. Mostly the recent research we can see the color and the themes and the music's rhythm can attract the mostly for little, small babies for every children the attraction of them is like attracting some colors, some tones. So it's making a significant impact on their brain. So like how why we comparing to this type of negative impact on the society, how we can make it in positive way in the digital world. Like for example, in our world, like mostly the students like mostly engaging with the social media platforms and wasting their times mostly, and like they're making lazy. So how we can like give a solution by technology.
Like the most of us that I asked the same question before, they would say just I don't know, take over their phones or take over the devices that you're using. But I won't say that's a good idea, because uh, then like there would be mental problems related to that. So you just created like a new problem out of nowhere. So you shouldn't do that. What you do is just like advise them and encourage. Don't force them. Just like encourage them to lower the screen time, and also like encourage them to how do I say use resources that are actually helpful to them in their life. For example, when it comes to jobs, resumes, like they can just watch like a YouTube video on like how to create like a well-defined resume. So that's just an example, by the way. So yeah, you can do all of that. Just don't do anything for just encourage them. In short. All right. So the next point I gotta say is digital addiction and its consequences. So smartphone addiction or social media addiction, like it's the scourge of this the 21st century. Like we have seen so many people being addicted to phones. They could be addicted to social media or addicted to playing games or something else. Like they just spend the entirety of, not the entirety, I would say like the majority of their lifetime just wasting time spending stuff online. So that's like a really bad thing when it comes to digitalization. And then like there's also like while gaming is, it can be a stress reliever, but like it also like it depends on how the player uses the game. So if the player uses the game in not in an unintended way, that could create problems like sleep disturbances, lesser social interaction, or even social withdrawal. And there's something even called gaming disorder, which is actually recognized by the WHO, by the way. And then for people not playing games, there's constant binging. So there's platforms like Netflix and YouTube. They just encourage you to binge watch. So they you do the usual thing. They just lead to sleep deprivation, and they also do the same thing, like lack of real world interactions. Cyberbullying is like the most serious of them all, because it's usually done by the other party. So it's not necessarily controlled by the person. So it's more of like a harm. So we should be really careful when it comes to online communication. So online, like when we use social media, anonymity is a thing. Like we can hide, we can literally hide behind the screen using a fake profile picture or a fake username. Like we can do all of that, and we can do some damage to the, I don't know, to the communities, I suppose, and like still get away because you um did all you could, like have a fake profile ID. So that's like a really serious problem. Like the trolls, the online trolls and cyberbullies, they actually take advantage of this, and they, I don't know, they, well, I still don't know what the intention is, but they just like to harass, insult, and also intimidate individuals. So I guess that's more of like the playtime for them. And this could like lead to various health effects for the mental health effects for the victim. No, like they could go through depression, social anxiety, social withdrawal, and even suicidal thoughts. So like it's that serious. So we should always be on check on like what the person are, like they are, what they are doing on social media.
Okay. And Adi, like we can see a comment from
Hmm.
Osa. In Brazil, the government has recently prohibited cell phones during classes. I argue with that opinion. Like it's must thing that the all country want to follow, because here we can see in our daily classes the all students come with the laptops, all the stuff, and they're sitting and just watching the reels, everything. The professor is taking class in front of them, so. Last time my like it depends in every universities depends on our professors, like in here, like mostly the professors are like don't allow the phones, cell phones, and laptops in the class. They usually try to write the notes, but I wonder the thing is like when I come here, mostly the people doing their notes on the laptops, not even in the notebooks.
So
That's
true.
a we can see a significant improvement of the digital era in nowadays. Even the notebooks is like in the laptops. So is a main impact of the AI driven world, I can say.
Yeah, so I just like came from high school, and like I just recently joined the university. I actually studying Algoma University. And the thing is, when whichever like in-person classes I just go, you could see, I could see like people just have their laptops open. I don't actually know what they're doing. They could be doing anything. They could be watching videos, doing programming, or even playing games. Like they can go that far. So, um, so the Brazil government, I guess, yeah, they did a good thing actually. By prohibiting cell phones, like I don't think cell phone necessarily belongs in the classroom. So, yeah, they
Yeah,
actually did a good thing.
I also with that opinion.
Yeah,
They must the classroom is for the studying, not for this using the cell phones. Yeah,
yeah.
mostly probably this they can use up the break time, like they have the break times and everything. But I don't prefer with that opinion that using the phones in the classrooms. So I would like to skip the uh, topic on the technique of managing stress. We can back. I will come. We can back within 5 minutes. Adi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So shall I continue with
So,
this?
just can you make a please pause now? I just want to talk about
Oh
the
yeah, sure,
managing
sure,
stress. Okay.
sure.
And we have uh, we are like lots of time. Maybe we have like 15 minutes remaining. So while Aditya is talking about the managing stress in the digital era, and everything is the cyberbullying and the digital platforms to connect with the people in mentally, and the the way to connect with the people to ensure our mental health is good, or ensure the mental health is going on the right way. So you can Hadi, can you see my screen?
Oh yeah, Sinan, it's clear.
Okay, so I would like to suggest some technique for managing the stress. And the thing, Adi, I would like to ask that every technique is possible to everyone. What's your opinion? Every technique is like is possible or is work in every person. What's your opinion about that?
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, every techniques and every methods. For
Mm-hmm.
example, if I'm studying, I want to read the questions, the answers for 7 times, so somebody
Oh,
can memorize the answer fastly. So somebody can't do it, so there are many techniques to do some activities. So is the question is like, is the everyday techniques is work for everyone?
no, definitely not. Like, I don't do whatever like you do, like the method of studying. I just like, for me, I just listen to music and study because it helps me kind of like clears my thoughts. I actually have ADHD, so it's my
Mhm.
brain of it's kind of like a fuzz. But like, uh, when you like when I like listen to music, it kind of like put my thoughts away, so it kind of stabilizes my mind and actually invites some topics to enter it. So I usually just listen to music while I study. I don't think it necessarily like works for everyone, or maybe even the mothers would work at all. Like they just have to do something, I don't know, writing notes and then just memorizing them. Um, yeah, so
Okay, so firstly, I would like to say for techniques is not for all. They can find their own techniques to manage the stress, but we have natural and general techniques to manage the stress and everything. For managing stress, the first thing I prefer the time managing is the best managing in our life, uh, and in our mental health while we doing our activities. We want to put a time for initial times, like a period for something to do. For we are going to gym, so we want to become a timetable person. Like we need a timetable for every day. So we need to make a plan for every days. We need to take the precaution. So for me, I just wake up early morning and do my prayer and do my uh, daily
that's good,
routines.
Sinan.
Like,
That's
yeah,
really good. Like
but the thing
you're
is,
balancing the your mental health with the spiritual health. So I really appreciate that.
but mostly when we are class and we slept for a long time and we just miss the things. Like if I am waking being every morning at 6, and I just some days I just wake up on the 8, so the schedule is everything is gone, like the our days planning and everything is gone wrong way. So at the time we need a managing ability to manage the time, the manage our periods, to skip something. Sometimes we need to skip our activities because we need to manage and everything. So uh the neutrally it's come to our own mind, but we need to help see we need to call for a help for somebody, because if we have tension, if you are like failed in exam, so you are alone, so you want to seek for a help from the um your friends, your whatever your loved ones, like most the people who you love. And so the technique of managing stress is depend. I mostly, my opinion is depends on themselves, and I mostly say is socialization is the best thing to manage the stress. And you can tell your problems and everything to others, and it will be a great view, and it will help you to manage your stress. And there is a mindfulness and meditation. I would like to say, if you do exercise and meditations that can make you feel good, and you can do your activities and you can do your works very properly, and it will be a great, it will make a great impact on your life. And yoga, as we know, all know, that yoga is a great meditation for everybody, and like we can get a good, positive energy from yoga. And I will also say digital detox practice. Digital detox practice is a practice like we need to skip our screen time. That's Adi mentioned about the digital mental health. So digital detox is a practice we need to skip after every 20 minutes. We need to skip our screen time, and we want to practice like our activities, not all the time. We don't want to engage with the social medias and the most technology. And I would like to suggest mostly the working time, we just turn off the notification off, because the notification is the most distraction thing that gonna make you really in a trouble. Because if we have like doing our activities, our class, if there is any notification, we our mind is gone to a notification, and it's gonna make a trouble. And recent research we can see, if you are a person who watching reels every day, so your mind limit, your time mind or your focusing time will be reduced, because the real time is like 30 minutes, 30 seconds, sorry. So it's we just skipping the reel for 30 seconds. After that we skipping, so that gonna happen in our daily life, and this we will skip our daily activities. So what I mean is, can't focus on our studies, because if we studying, we can't prolong the studies. We can't engage with the studies. So it's a digital detox practice is a main thing in this mental health. And the time management strategies is a, I already told them, time management strategies is a main theme and the main thing we need to practice in our daily life. And role of community and social support, the role of the community and the social support is the main and major thing the all the people need nowadays, because we the home care, the child care is increasing every day. For the youth, mostly they need the well-being, they need the meditation, they need the counseling and everything for their self, to improve their self. Because the social community support is the main and the most relevant thing that society need to provide. And the community role of the role of the community is the main part of the mental health. Because the guy who is not have like if there is a guy who is like affected with some financial ability, the we all know the mental health is mostly not in the education, is it depends on the factors of the people who works in a like company. They may face problems about the company jobs, salaries and everything. So the students face problem for the education, their studies. So the role of community and the support here is like, the people who don't have the financial ability, the community want to ensure, they want to provide their needs, their financially want to help them and to ensure their safety and their needs. So the role of a community and the social support is the best and the main theme of the mental health. And on the future of the mental well-being, I've just told you in the beginning of the our presentation.
session.
The
Yeah.
yeah, the future of the mental well-being is like now we didn't predict about the AI can conquer the world like last 10 years ago, but it's happening now. The future of the mental well-being is most important than other factors that have that the topics we can see in the world, futures. There are many topics we can I just read the minute I can see many of the topics. So while we take into the all topics, we can see it's mostly is like technology and everything. But the thing is like, if the technology is growing, we don't need the growing of we don't need only the growing of the technology, we also want to grow with the technology. So our future of the like our mental well-being, we want to travel with the future. So we need a wide and like need to expand our mind, and we need to expand our thoughts, and we want to ensure ourselves uh, like strong, and we want to ensure ourselves our mental health and everything good. So it's our duty to the like it's our society duty, and it's our mostly our friends and everything, the social people duty, to ensure the once like if I'm struggling from the mental health, it's their duty to provide my needs and everything. Then only we can connect with the we can grow with the communities, and we can grow with the future of the fast-paced world. And
Sinan, I have a point to make.
yeah.
With the growing technology, there's obviously going to be growing advantages, but we have to keep track of the disadvantages as well, and like learn, find some solutions as to how to prevent them. So Yeah,
Okay.
that is a really good point.
Okay. Thank you. So, I think we only have like 6 minutes left.
Yeah, we have 6 minutes
Uh,
left, and
okay.
I will close. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna like say about the trends in the workplace in the mental health. So I just thought about the mental health in the workplace is a major thing to provide the company. They must like provide the mostly nowadays companies there's pressuring them to do all the stuff, all the works properly at the time. So it's gonna make the employee like the workers in disturbing their mentally down, and it may cause the productivity of the company. So, and I would like to talk the main theme of the last and main theme of the topic is role of governments and policy making. And role of the government and policy making is the main and relevant theme of the mental health, because the governments are the playmakers of the society. They need to play well, then only we can build a society. So I'm saying that government need to ensure more safety, more organization, more home care, more health care, more well-being associations, and provide more health benefits to the people all over the world. So, is there any questions? We are welcoming the questions now.
I don't think so.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I've been worried about the decrease in reading, the interest of people reading much less than some years ago. So they are becoming lazy in reading, in digital, not in digital, but reading as a whole, but mainly in physical format, right?
Yes, that's so
And
true.
I've been listening to some psychologists about this, and the lack of reading leads to a kind of you know the symbolic word goes out. You don't have the association of symbols that like you have when you read a book, and your empathy and your empathy abilities decrease because you don't read the life of people. You don't read someone else's stories. And when you read someone else's stories, you become empathetic with others. So there are many other symptoms I don't have here that is really worrying about the kind of laziness. No, it's a kind of cognitive laziness. That's how they call it, cognitive
Yeah, that's
laziness.
the term. Yeah,
Yeah. So this is very worrying because people cannot be, deep thinking, creative, and empathetic, and some other things.
yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
I just want to uh, say something about the reading. I have seen that the people of mostly the students in the universities, they change their readings into digital platforms like Amazon Kindle. They're mostly spending their like they just mostly nowadays the people want to show off that we are in the digital era and we use in the most digital platforms. So they they prefer to read in the Amazon Kindle model in the books. So I don't prefer with I don't just like do good with that, because in my opinion the books gave us the like more energy and more critical way of thinking while just searching like the words, the skipping the page and everything. So it's while we compare into the digital, the reading is the first basic thing that individual want to grow up with their ability, that want to make sure like ensure their education and everything. The reading is the main, and that's gonna impact on their studies. So uh, I am also saying is mostly the readings. If the people who are skipping the readings are like mostly they're getting the laziness.
Yeah. Thanks so much. I think it's time to wrap up, to close the session, and I would
Okay.
like to I'd like to make some announcements. Thank you so much for
Thank you so